everyone, this is the Chemise back again for another video. Today I was planning to do a drawing actually. It was requested to me a few weeks ago. I wish I had time before that to do it. Actually, I kind of did. I actually did it a week ago, but there was a problem with the recording, some kind of window issue. You know, window is not your friend. So basically I lost half the footage, and when it's a drawing, if you miss half of it, you kind of have to restart from scratch. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to draw BMO from Adventure Time actually. So BMO is quite simple. I'm gonna start with the basic here. I'm just gonna show you the basic shape of BMO first. So BMO is not really hard. It's pretty much just a rectangle like that. This and yeah, let's go. He's about that size, maybe a teeny bit smaller, like that. I'm just gonna take off the part on the side. Yeah, I would say about this. So he's about maybe. If you want to like a simple measure, you would say about 2 inch by. Yeah, I would say about 3 inch by 2. So it's not that hard. The only thing though, you got some rounded corner, so you want to make sure you got the rounded corner, and it's not really the top is not flat, so you can go with a small curve like that. Rounded corner. You got his tiny leg, just tiny leg, and you got his screen like this. Usually I kind of get the measurement better when I get the screen in. Well, that seems about right actually. And you got a slot there, just like this. So nothing's about, I'm just making a small sketch right now, just to give you a basic idea. One button there, one big down there. I like to put like the bigger part. Got a cross over here that would look like a bit like, well, the D-pad from a video game. Because he's pretty much a big Game Boy. Well, living Game Boy. I don't know how that happened, but in Adventure Time, don't ask any question, guys. Everything is weird. Like Ice King and there's a vampire and stuff like that. Nah, it doesn't make much sense. Got a triangle there and another circle there. So BMO is just simple as a small Game Boy. But for the principle of this video, I'm not gonna draw that. So I'm gonna use my eraser. I know it's kind of weird. There's many kind of eraser. There's more classic one. They're not bad, but they leave like schmuck everywhere. I don't like that. I barely use that one. As you can see, I had that one for about a year, and as you can see, I don't really use it. But those are pretty nice actually. It's weird a bit to manipulate at first. You have to play with it, but you can do small, nice stuff like erase tiny parts. Works well. And you go and erase everything. There you go. So I hope you didn't start by copying everything I was doing. Otherwise, you're kind of wasted your time right there. I know. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do some basic line to give him movement, because I don't want to do a crappy drawing. So his face would be about here. Yeah, I'm doing a circle. everything is based on stick figures. I'm gonna do him a little curvy, just like that. And he will have his hand, well, one like that, feet, one like this, and probably one curving like this. So yeah, it will be like kind of dancing, whatever. Yeah, that seems about right. This is really cool, really cool. So we're gonna go with that. All right, so I need to redo the box, basically. So here, since I have to follow curve, not too much, just a little flick right there. And maybe I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna do the front. That's what it is about the art. You have to go with your guts, because your guts is the best thing to follow. Rounded like this. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And you have to follow. Like, if it curves like that, the back should be a little tighter than the front. Because right now, he's gonna face like this. Curve like that. Every time you do a movement, base yourself on a stick figure. It's easy, and you can apply it to pretty much anything. Cat, bird, well, a remote if you want to give some life into a remote control. That would be pretty weird, but who knows? Disney do it. Not remote, but for what I heard, several years ago, they used to ask their new artists to give life to some kind of inanimate object, and that was kind of like their training to get in. All right, so here we go. Rounded corner, like this. But so far it's pretty flat, so I will need to give him a little more than that. So some shape so it doesn't look flat. Maybe no, I did it a bit fat actually. He's a bit fat right now, so I'm just gonna correct that a bit. Like I said, don't try to do everything perfect. Just go with your guts. And if to your eyes something doesn't seem right, don't be afraid to restart. Because it's always like that. Some of my best drawing, I actually restarted them, I would say, dozens of times. When I did my main character, that I will probably show you eventually. Well, it's on my Facebook if you're really interested into, but I will draw him at some point. I explain what I did, why I did it, etc. Because creation of a character isn't easy. Especially when you try to do something original or whatever. So here, well, to be honest with you, most of my characters are based on either someone I know or someone, I don't know, someone I want to know, or, well, not always, of course. Like my villain isn't based on someone I know, but yeah, you get a gif. There. And seems about right. That seems about correct. Okay, so now the screen, like this. Just leave a little space on the borders, like that. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. A slut, and I'm not talking about a girl. Sorry, it's getting pretty late, but I really wanted to finish this. And I said to someone it would be ready, so Abby, if you're listening, you know who you are. Actually, it's not as hard as the first time. The first time I recorded was actually on cam with someone at the same time. Someone watching me. That was pretty awkward. But still, felt actually fun. You challenge yourself when that happened, because you know there's someone watching directly right now. And I'm sorry if I'm blabbing, but it's better than just looking at someone drawing, I think. Maybe not. I might be wrong. I might be right. Might depend on the people that watch me. There. Okay. The button, the other button, the other button, the third button, button. Triangle. And the cross. The cross, I'm gonna do it a little curvy. Tiny bit curvy, because since he moves, well, you have to follow every curve basically. You see, that's way too straight. I'm gonna curve it a bit like this. There. There we go. I'm sure there's gonna be someone asking me to never sing again. But that's not gonna happen. And I'm a bad singer. Don't have to tell me. There you go. Here we go. Okay, so that might be a bit too much curve, but I can correct that. So we got a basic shape. Now, the limb. I didn't do the face yet, but that's the easiest part. So for the limb, his arm are really, really, really simple actually. It's just, you go like that. About this, come back. And for his hand, that's even more simple. Well, maybe not as simple, but you just do a little small thing. 3 finger like that. And so nothing hard in there. For the other one though, I will need to do something first. Because BMO on his side, it says BMO. So there's the O about here. The M, which is a little higher. There. This. But yeah, one thing I want to specify, don't try to do always like anyone else, because right now I know what BMO look like. I've watched the show many times, even if I'm, well, I won't say my age, but I might be too old. For most people would say I'm too old to watch that. Maybe I am, but when you do cartoon, well, not for a living yet, but when you tend to draw cartoon a lot, it's always a good thing to watch cartoon, because you get inspired by the way they were drawn, different styles, and you get a lot of info. And my cat decided to make noise. Sorry about that. Okay, I got the O, so I'm gonna finish the arm. So the arm is actually in the middle. Give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. My cat was throwing stuff on the floor in the kitchen. Okay, so let's continue. So pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna do the arm waving up. It's gonna be a little longer because it's in front, but not much. Really just a teeny bit longer. You could probably not really see it. I'm gonna erase in there. Trust me, trying to record with an excited cat around, that's not easy. Okay, so the fingers, like last time. That was a little too much, no? There. Tiny fingers. And finally, just gonna finish the B here. I'm not talking a flying B, I'm talking about the letter B. Because I don't draw bees. I never did, actually, when I think about it. Someday maybe. That's one thing I like to do. When there's something I never drawn, I try it. No matter if I'm good or not. There was one of my projects, someone approached me to do a t-shirt at some point. And there was like, could you draw a wolf? I'm like, I've never drawn any kind of animal. I'm more like, I was a cartoonist really, but for human only. Even BMO would have been hard back then, for me at least, because it wasn't my style at all. But I was like, yeah, I will try it. And if you go check my Facebook, you'll see it came out pretty good. I was actually impressed with myself. For someone that never drawn those kind of things, yeah. All right, so that's good. For the legs are simple also. I'm gonna go with those kind of curve, but well, it's gonna be a little further though. I still don't like that part. This, yeah, that's better. Okay, so for the leg, pretty much the same, maybe a little larger than the arm, like this, and his foot would be about, I would say, here. I decided it's going to be there, like that. When you do a leg, try to picture the movement in it. Like in this case, it's coming from the back to the front, meaning it should be a little tighter here than here. Not by much, just enough for you to see there's something there. And then you do the curve, and it curves in the front. So the foot is in front of the leg. And you got one leg. For the next one, kind of like the same way around. Just gonna curve a bit like this, just like that. And the foot, but this one doesn't go up front. It stays pretty much at the same place. So I want to try to make it as well as the same as possible all the way in. And in this case though, small difference. Small difference. The leg is in front of the foot because the foot curve a little back. So the line will be up front, just like this. So far, nothing hard. So now, now that we got all those things, I'm just gonna finish up the face. Like this. Face, I'm gonna do a happy mouth. Middle is about there. You can do a few lines if it helps you figure out like the middle of the face and stuff, because that's actually a good way to work. I'm saying work, but it's mostly having fun at this point. Let's be honest, people that make a living out of drawing, they're just making a living out of playing in a way. Happy smile, open mouth, wait, thong, and his shiny, beautiful little teeth. And you got two beautiful, well, actually, the square might help. If you cut it in four, his eyes are pretty much in the middle of those two things. Here we go. Simple as that. So what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm just gonna redo everything and with the black pencil. That way it's, the focus isn't good. Anyway, so with that, I'm gonna redefine the line a bit and make them better. So I'm just gonna do that and I'll be right back.
Finn, why are you fighting with your friends? Jake, you know this can be the end. Romance or action does not matter. Hurting your friends will make you sadder. Guys, you know you're much more than this. You two, please stop or you're undue. All that you've been through, ooh, just hug and it's agreed. Your love will not.
Alright, so we're back. Basically, what I did, I redid everything with my black pencil. Just gonna refocus a bit. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, it might look weird, but there's a reason for that. I'm gonna take my eraser and erase everything just to lighten up all the lines and take off all the all the graphite or whatever, to make sure when I color it there would be no smudge whatsoever. That way, because especially in my case, I'm using when I color everything, I use markers. And if the marker, well, it blend everything together, except if I do that. The black line are just to, that's a base actually. It's a base, nothing else. What I'm gonna do after, I'm gonna use a marker to finish the drawing, and then I'm gonna use that ink pencil. Well, ink pen, I should say. But first, I want to do a few small details, because BMO, you got a few speakers on the side. Actually, it's the second time I forget about that. I don't know why, I always forget. So you got a speaker hole like this, that, one in the middle. It's 2 and 2, I forget. And I'm gonna I'm not gonna do like last time. Last time I forgot to erase that part and I got a smudge. So here we go. Also, let's take a look. We got a few shapes and he's on a little bit on the side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna give some shape to the buttons like this. all you gotta do is follow the curve. So if you see he's curving that way, just go that way, follow, and with the angle, kind of like that, it should stop about there. So don't go further. If you try to do too much, it's not gonna work. So just a little bit, just a little bit. Kind of like extending the circle in a way. With the triangle would be even easier. The angle is like that, like this, and like that. Nothing else. This one is a little more complex, but still pretty simple. It goes like this. So every side that are with an angle, like that. I have to be careful because my pencil isn't as sharp. Yeah, that's good. And let's do also those tiny button. Tiny button. Do you like tiny button? I do like tiny button. There we go. All right, you got some shape now. So that's good. What else can I do? Kind of wanted to make the screen like in a little backward, but I don't think that's a good idea. And before I forget, there you go. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people tend to do that, but I do as much as I can. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna color it totally. So let's see what I got. The button I'm gonna start with is cross. The cross is yellow, so I'm using Touch by Shinam Art. They can come quite expensive when you buy a lot. To be honest with you, I got a lot. But I found my first pack online. It didn't cost me much. Well, not for the amount I got. Was about 120 markers for $120. Well, American dollars, but still. Usually they are about $3.50 each. So it was a pretty good deal. Since it was a bundle, some of them were not good. I think there was 4 or 5 of them that didn't work well. But still, really good deal. You see, I have to be careful because I didn't raise hard enough here. So it seems to smudge a little. But those lines should be okay. So that's why when I put my pencil, I try to not press too hard. Otherwise, it can be troublesome. The marker got several hand, two hand. Got a brush one and a tip. I usually use the brush way more, except for tiny details like that. So we got the yellow. I know at first glance it look darker than the actual yellow it's made of usually, but when it's gonna dry up, it's gonna get lighter. So don't pay attention at first glance. If you want to try it on a different paper first, and wait for it to dry if you want to see the proper color. Actually, maybe I did. Okay, well, whatever. I got another yellow, but I'm not gonna use it. Next part. Well, I kind of want to keep showing you, but what I'm gonna do a fast forward for all of those, and I'll be back.
Who wants to play video games? Oh, BMO, how to get so pregnant? Who's the mother? Oh, who's the father? What do you think about the story? show you if you.
Alright, so we're back. As you can see, I've put all the main colors. All that is missing really are the gray for the screen, which I'm not even sure I got it. Yeah, I got it. So that's what I meant. You can probably see the color isn't perfect, but there's actually two reasons for that. One, I didn't take my time enough, because when you do a color, you want to go really smooth. If you go too fast, it's gonna get some line like that. Also, second reason for that, my marker I use for that color especially is almost dried up. So yeah, that's what happened when it's almost dried. That one might be also the case. Maybe not. That one isn't too bad actually. It doesn't feel, because you feel it when it's dried. So when you do a drawing that you care about, make sure you got a marker that is full if you're using markers. So I'm just gonna finish that up with you guys. You might look at it and be like, okay, it's not that good. It's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. For you, it's probably been like 20 minutes or so. For me, it's been over an hour now. See, you go slow and color blend. So it's, and also I'm not really in the best position for that because I cannot turn the paper around. Yeah. One thing you want to make sure though, if you're using markers, get Bristol paper. Bristol paper, or like take your paper. They cost a little more, but they're really worth it. Because I got paper for sketching, but I use Bristol paper for everything else. Alright, so that's good. Now, what we might want to do. Except making you scared right now. I'm gonna make some highlight. Well, not highlight, make some part a little darker, I should say. Just trying to figure out which one. Oh, this one. Okay. Another thing, when you got way too much markers, it's kind of hard to figure out what you need. So here, if you want a good tip, that's what I did. Each time you get a new marker, or even if you buy a bundle, when you get it, and when you get them, basically make yourself some kind of reference paper. So the first day I got all those markers, I put numbers because they are working with numbers. You can see, you can barely see it, but they all got numbers. And so I made like numbers 1 to whatever, 100 something. And every time I get the new one, I add it to the sheet. So all I gotta do is look at the paper, and I know exactly what it should look like when it's dried. So here, some more shadow down here. Armpit. Ooh, armpit. A little under there. That you can actually do either before or after you do the black pen, the ink pen. I like to do it a little before though, but it's just a choice. Seems about right. Shadow. if you want to go crazier, you can also, you don't have to put only shadow. You can put shadows in the different colors. So, but there's different way to do shadows. You can either do like that, use a different colors. As you see, it make a big difference. But another trick is to use well, the same color and go many time over. Now, just before I put the ink, I will need to put the black. There. So at this point, since it's pretty much almost done, what I will do well, yeah, I'm gonna skip everything. And that way you're not gonna get bored, and I'll see you when I'm done.
No wonder I feel 1,000 petals. I'm walking by cherry blossoms in the sky. Feels exciting to be living. No wonder I feel so tired of talking. There's so much to take in today. I'm humming like washing machines through the window and feeling glad that I saw you in your favorite jeans. Feels so friendly when you say hello. No wonder I want to wrap you up.
Alright, so we're pretty much done here. There's one last detail I like to do before I finish. So as you can see, just by putting the ink, the drawing is totally different. It's not my best work yet. I'll be honest, the previous BMO was way more my style. But not too, well, no two drawing are the same. One thing I like to do though is I like to put some highlight there, just like this. There we go. Much better. And one thing every artist needs to do, and that's really important, he needs to sign. Well, you don't really see it, whatever. But that doesn't matter. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna show you the previous drawing I did. It was a little better. I'm sorry if this one isn't perfect, but yeah, I think that one is cuter actually. Yeah, that one's much cuter, but it's pretty late. So, I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click that like button in the crouch and join the shirt team for more videos. And I'll be probably back with more drawing videos. Just leave a comment of what you would like to see, and I'll try it. Have a good day.